Hello friends! Today we're going to meet a group of invertebrate animals that many people find a bit gross. However, they are really important for nature and are also super interesting. Today we're going to meet the annelids, also known as worms. Annelids are invertebrate animals that have long, soft, and legless bodies. But do you know why they are called annelids? Have a look at these images. The word annelid in Latin means rings. And if we look closely, the bodies of these invertebrate animals are segmented into rings, which is why they are called annelids. Annelids live in both fresh water, like these blood-sucking leeches, in the sea, and also on land, but always in very humid areas. Their size varies a lot. While some are very small, barely measuring a millimetre, others can reach up to 3 meters. They are 3,000 times bigger. Crikey. The truth is that everything we're learning about annelids is very interesting, don't you think? Their way of breathing is also very curious, as they breathe through the very skin that covers their bodies. And their way of reproducing is also amazing, because they can reproduce both sexually and asexually. With regards to the latter, some annelids, but not all, are able to reproduce through splitting up their own body. That is to say, a part of their body is separated, and from the back, from the rear, a new worm is formed. It's amazing, right? There are thousands and thousands of species of annelids, but the most famous of all are worms. Earthworms, like the ones you see in the pictures, are very important for the health of the soil, because when they dig their underground passages, they transport nutrients and minerals to the surface of the soil, which oxygenates it as well as making it much more fertile. They are very useful for agriculture. As we always tell you, you have to respect everything that surrounds us, which includes annelids too. Although they are very small and very rare, they are fundamental to the balance of nature. By the way, before we say goodbye, it's important to note that even though they look like annelids, centipedes are actually arthropods. Centipedes have tiny little feet, whereas annelids do not. No, annelids do not have feet. Goodbye friends, see you in the next video.
Search us and subscribe to Happy Learning's YouTube channel.
Hello friends, welcome to a new Happy Learning video. Did you know that for every 4 animals, 3 of them are insects? We calculate that for every human being, there are 200 million insects. We are surrounded by insects, so I think it's important to get to know them a little more. Insects are invertebrate animals that share a number of characteristics. Their body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. They have 2 antennae, 6 legs, and breathe through their trachea. From the moment they are born, insects undergo a series of body changes called metamorphosis. Most insects are oviparous, and maggots are born from the eggs. As we can see in the images, they don't look anything alike their parents. They look like worms. When they grow, they enclose themselves in a cocoon they make with a substance called silk. Inside the cocoon, they undergo an incredible change in their bodies and they exit as adult insects. This metamorphosis stage is called pupa. Although, when referring to butterflies, we call it chrysalis. The large majority of insects have wings. In fact, they are the only group of invertebrates that can fly. Another shared characteristic amongst insects is that they have almost perfect vision. They have compound eyes. It's as if they had hundreds of tiny eyes in each eye, which provides excellent peripheral vision. As we said before, there are so many insects, and there are also many types. There are very annoying insects like head lice, flies, or mosquitoes. Interesting insects because of their shape, like stick insects or leaf insects. Beautiful ones like butterflies or dragonflies. Or singer insects like a grasshopper or cricket that, besides from singing, is an excellent jumper. But do you know my favourite insect? It's a bee, because I love the honey they make. Some insects, like ants or bees, live in highly organised societies where they each have a job assigned. The queen ant, for example, is in charge of laying eggs. Drone ants protect the nest. And worker ants are in charge of getting food and taking care of maggots. The truth is, insects are incredible, and although by their size they might seem unimportant, they are fundamental for nature's balance. For example, they are in charge, along with some birdies, of pollination. Some insects, like my beloved bees, are constantly flying from flower to flower, transporting pollen from one flower to the next, fertilizing them, which makes new amazing plants come to life. The truth is, most insects, like most living things, are marvelous, don't you think? Goodbye, friends. See you next time. And don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning TV.
Search us and subscribe to Happy Learning's YouTube channel.
Hello friends and welcome to a new Happy Learning video. Today, we're going to learn all about the largest animal class on the planet. Introducing the arthropods. The arthropods are invertebrates, meaning they don't have internal skeletons. There are a vast amount of them, including this dancing crab, these dragonflies, this caterpillar, or even all these tiny ants. The arthropods are very different from each other. Or do you think this butterfly and this shrimp have a similarity? truth is, they don't look alike at all. But yet all arthropods have common characteristics. Arthropod is a Latin word which means artro, joints, and podos, feet or legs. The main arthropod characteristic refers to what their name suggests. They all have jointed legs. Another fascinating characteristic that they all have in common is that their body is divided into segments, many of which, though not all, are protected by an external skeleton, which is used as a shield or a shell. Some arthropods' bodies do not grow at the same rate as their exoskeleton, therefore making them shedded for a bigger size, a process known as molting. Arthropods can be either terrestrial or aquatic. The terrestrials, such as this scorpion, breathe through their trachea, whereas the aquatic arthropods breathe through their gills. Arthropods eat everything. Some are herbivores, such as this caterpillar. Others carnivores, like this praying mantis. And others omnivores, like the wasps, which eat everything. Most arthropods have internal fertilization and are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs to reproduce. Larvae hatch from these eggs and then go through different stages before becoming an adult. The changes is called metamorphosis. As there are so many different types of arthropods, they are classified into 4 large groups depending on the amount of legs they have. Insects have 6 legs, such as an ant, flies, or those really annoying gnats. The arachnids have 8 legs, such as spiders or scorpions. Crustaceans have 10 legs, like this shrimp or this shy crab. And the neuropods have more than 10 legs, and their bodies are elongated, like these caterpillars or these centipedes. Now we're going to remember the most important things. Arthropods are invertebrates, and their main characteristics are their jointed legs. Their bodies are divided into segments, and they lay eggs to reproduce, meaning they are oviparous. The terrestrial arthropods breathe through their tracheas, and the aquatic arthropods through their gills. And they can be either herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores. Lastly, and very importantly, you must remember that the arthropods are classified in 4 groups depending on the amount of legs they have. Insects, 6 legs. Arachnids, 8 legs. Crustaceans, 10 legs. And myriapods are those who have more than 10 legs and have elongated bodies. Well, that's everything for today, and now you know a little bit more about arthropods. Until the next video, my friends.
Search us and subscribe to Happy Learning's YouTube channel.
Do you know how long an ant can live? The answer is surprising because it depends on the type of ant it is and the work it does. Male ants live for a few weeks. Worker ants live for 2 to 3 years. And queen ants can live up to 15 years. That must be because they live like true queens. Can ants swim? Most ants can swim and are known to be very fond of water. In fact, some ants are able to live underwater for 2 weeks without going above water, without coming up to breathe. How many eggs can a queen ant lay per day? Queen ants are the ones in charge of laying the eggs for the colony to grow. And the truth is, is that it grows very fast because a queen ant can lay between 800 and 1,500 eggs a day. No wonder there are ants everywhere. What do ants eat? Ants are omnivorous animals. They feed on plants and the flesh of other animals, so this means they have to hunt. And the soldier ants are in charge of doing so. Although they are very small, they are very organized and hunt in groups. They are capable of hunting animals much bigger than themselves, such as this worm. Do ants have brains? Yes, and very big ones. In fact, ants are the animals with the largest brains in proportion to their bodies. And they are also super strong, capable of lifting 50 times their own weight. To be equal to an ant, if I weighed 50 kilos, I would have to be able to lift 2,500 kilos. I can't even lift 100. It's a good thing they are so small, because if they were our size, they would be very scary, don't you think? Goodbye, friends. See you in the next Happy Learning video.
Search us and subscribe to Happy Learning's YouTube channel.
Hello friends! Welcome to a new Happy Learning video. Today, we're going to meet animals with 8 legs and are a little scary. Today, we're going to meet arachnids! Same as insects, arachnids are invertebrates and belong to the arthropods. But don't get confused. Arachnids are part of a different animal group than insects. While insects have 6 legs, arachnids have 8, like you can see in these images. Spiders, scorpions, and dust mites are part of the arachnid family and share a number of characteristics that we need to know. They have 4 pairs of articulated legs, don't have antennae or wings, but do have a pair of clamps by their mouth called chelicera that they use to hold their prey. A fun fact about arachnids is that they can't chew, so they swallow their prey by sucking them in. They suck the soft parts as if with a straw. They're carnivores, and spiders and scorpions feed from insects, other arachnids, and sometimes small reptiles and mammals. An arachnid's body is divided in 2 parts, cephalothorax, consisting of the head, and thorax, joined in a single segment, and the abdomen, that can be segmented or not. Arachnids breathe through tracheas or pulmonary sacs. And when they're born, they look the same as they do when they're adults, but of course they are much smaller. Scorpions are the biggest arachnids. The largest ones can measure up to 20 centimeters. They have huge chelicera in their heads and use them to grab their prey before they inject venom with their sting at the end of their tail. Spiders are the most popular arachnids, but also the scariest. Most of them are venomous, but very few are truly dangerous for human beings. The truth is, spiders are astonishing animals. Also, apart from being able to produce their famous spider web, they are able to hunt their prey in multiple ways. Look, look! Dust mites are the least popular arachnids because they are so small you can't see them at a glance. They are microscopic. But what is true is that they are everywhere. In every house, there are thousands and thousands of dust mites. Well, now we know a little more about arachnids. The truth is they're very strange and mysterious animals. But they're important for the balance of life, for this marvellous life. Goodbye, friends. See you next time. And don't forget to subscribe to Happy Learning TV.
Search us and subscribe to Happy Learning's YouTube channel.